Today we're going to be talking about the Santa Rosa Airport as a mom, as someone who lives in Ukiah, and just as someone who has been flying out of there since 2018, 19? Not very long. I mean, it feels kind of long, I guess, but I'm going to go in and talk about pros, cons, things like that, what you can expect, and just a little bit of the history. So without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name's Kasie Gray. I'm a realtor, a broker associate, a mom, and I love taking my kids things to do, but on a budget. And if you've looked at Santa Rosa Airport prices on a whim, you would say that is not a budget, babe. But I'm going to talk to you about kind of the history of the Santa Rosa Airport, why it's so convenient to fly out of, especially if you live nearby. I live in Ukiah, and so it's about a 45-minute drive. It's on the north end of Santa Rosa, so it is very, very close to us. I mean, it's really, most people would probably consider it Windsor, but it is Santa Rosa. And I'm just going to talk about a little bit of my favorites, flying tips, and things like that. So let's get into it. So in 1941, Charles M. Schulz purchased the land, and they didn't start flying commercially until 2007. There's a lot of information on their website that kind of goes into the history that I thought was cool. I'm probably not going to bore you with a lot of it, because if you want to look it up, I'll leave a link down below. But basically, Charles M. Schulz is the, what are their names? The Peanuts guy, and he owned a lot, and he bought a lot and developed a lot, and is like a huge play in the airport. And then the county and the city started buying in and developing it, and then the army at some point, and some other things like that. So it is cool just to know about that. But they offered commercial flights in 2007. So just as someone who has been flying out of there since 2018, so about 10 years after their first commercial flights. But to be fair, in 2007 I was 9. So they offer 3 different airlines at this time: Alaska, Avelo, and American. Alaska flies direct to Burbank, Los Angeles, LAX, and Orange County, which is Santa Ana, John Wayne, Portland, San Diego, and Seattle. And then if you're flying through Avelo and want to go direct, you can go to Las Vegas, Palm Springs, or Burbank. And if you are flying direct to Dallas or Phoenix, you will be using American Airlines. And I love that we have direct flights from Santa Rosa to Texas. Like, that's so convenient. So if you've ever flown into Burbank or Orange County or Palm Springs, their airports are pretty small, which I also find very convenient for children. If you are flying in to go to Disneyland, Santa Ana, John Wayne is going to be your goal. But we recently flew, and I got really inexpensive flights through Burbank, and so we did that, and it was about a 40-minute drive to Orange. So not that bad, especially for the price that we got and the convenience. But obviously LAX, Los Angeles, and I've never been to Seattle or Portland, and San Diego's airport's a little bit bigger, but not super huge. It is just nice to have those direct flights down south and up north further. I will say Burbank Airport is like the nastiest airport I've ever been to. It was so gross, but nonetheless. But talking about Santa Rosa, what you can expect for parking: they have short-term and long-term parking. For short-term, it's $2 per 30 minutes and then $20 max daily. And then for long-term, it's $15 a day. And if you want to do valet, because you bougie like that, you can do that for $25 a day, but you do need to call ahead and make a reservation. The parking lot is honestly so close to where you go into the airport that long-term parking is like, I think they said on their website, like a 500-foot walk. It is very close, and what I just suggest doing is parking as close to the walkway that you can. So like, you'll go in through the gate, and then you can take a left, and then the walkway, like sidewalk, is right there. So I suggest parking as close to that as you can. And then what's also very convenient is how close the parking is to the exit of the building. So what we did recently is, like, I went and got the car and just pulled up, and then we loaded up in front of the gates, whatever you want to call them, and it was just very easy and like took like 10 minutes. And as far as when the terminals are open and such, they open 90 minutes before your flight, and then they close 30 minutes after the last flight. And their average minimum daily hours are from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. so you can always expect someone to be there. And then they offer Wi-Fi, luggage carts, they have a restaurant on site, and then another one like down the street. All of their like actual restaurants are like TSA, so if your goal is to like go through TSA and then eat, that's not going to be realistic, and the food at their airport is not that great for the prices that aren't that great. You know how like at an airport you're past TSA, so there's like no choice to eat anything else because you've already gone through TSA, and now you're stuck in the airport and you have high prices. Well, that's not the case here. In past TSA, they have a tasting room, and then they have like a little bakery grab and go type thing, and then vending machines and like water machine, but that is it. And then they have they've upgraded like their furniture, which is all nice and pretty. They have like chargers, all that stuff. Tasting room looks really cute, but they don't have an actual restaurant in there. So if you're going early and gonna grab a bite to eat, I'd probably recommend eating before you go to the airport, because why spend airport food on food that's not that great. Last year they had 592,872 people fly out and in of Santa Rosa, which is, I think, a pretty big number. My main tip for flying out of Santa Rosa is pick the dates that you want, go on Google Flights, and turn on alerts so that you can get notified when the prices drop straight to your email. Also, sign up for Avelo and Alaska's like emails, so that way you can know if they're having like a good deal, and like set that as your home base airport, so that way they'll notify you. I literally just got one right now. Google Flights, your tracked flight. And so that's my main tip. One night I was just going through my email, and the flights were like $110 from here to Burbank round trip and through Alaska, which is a pretty good deal. If you're flying a Velo, you need to be careful because you'll have to pay for your seat, you'll have to pay for baggage if you want to bring any baggage on. I haven't flown a Velo yet. I'm kind of a little bit nervous, but everyone that I've talked to has mostly had a good experience. There was like one time where they like canceled all the flights and like didn't say why, but that was just like a fluke, I guess, I don't know. And I'm not sure their rules on like car seats and stuff. I assume that they fly free, but you know, with those budget airlines, they be budgeting. But with Alaska, what I recommend to do is take your stroller all the way to the gate, and then like baggage claim, check your car seat. So carrying that to like the ticket counter and checking that and having that go into the plane, and then taking your stroller with you all the way to the gate, and then gate checking it so it's at the bottom of the plane waiting for you. The airport's so small, but depending on where your destination is, that might be ideal. And then of course front pack is always super easy because you can just walk right on through security and have the baby and not have to like fumble with like what's going on. So as soon as we start to go through TSA, I always put the baby up front and in the pack, and then have the stroller just for a toddler or this stuff. And then I do have a couple of favorite items. I love our Duna for traveling if you have a baby that can fit in it, and I love the new car seat backpack that we got. It's super easy to use, and we honestly just shoved a lot of extra stuff in there like diapers and things like that, so that way when we got to our destination we didn't have to fill up our suitcases with it. And I don't know if I'm missing anything. Snacks for sure all the time. That's the best way to get you through a flight. And other than that, I hope this video was helpful. I know it's like not the most informative, but I know it can be nerve-wracking flying out of a new airport. So if you've ever flown out of Santa Rosa, drop your tips. But it is literally so easy. It's like 10 minutes from parking to getting to the gate, not to allow you to have that much time, that little of time, because then you will blame me for missing your flight. But it is very streamlined and very efficient and very small. So if you can get a good enough price on flights, I highly recommend Santa Rosa. And then it's only an hour drive to Ukiah. So also, if you have family members that live in Texas or that live in Orange County or Portland or San Diego, then you have a direct flight straight to them, and it's so convenient. So thank you so much for watching. I know this video is a little bit different. I'm in my car. I don't know if I've ever filmed a video in my car besides neighborhood tours. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about buying or selling in the Ukiah area, you know who to call. Like, really, please just pick up the phone, call me, text me, email me, sign up on my website, any of the things that you want to do, and I will help you. I'm here for you, and I am never too busy for your referrals. So have a great day. Bye.